I'm Kim.
And I'm Michelle.
And we are
The
Cinema
Cinema Sisters.
Welcome back. We're going to review 2 more movies. We're going to do Foxcatcher, which is rated R. Mark Ruffalo, Steve Carell, and
Channing Tatum.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. I forgot the name like I could forget the movie. Let me just tell you that. So, okay. I will have to tell you once again, another waste of 2 hours for me.
2.5.
2.5. Okay,
It
two
was
and a half.
bad.
Mm-hmm. It was really bad. It's about John DuPont and the fact that he took in all these these 2 Olympic brothers who were one was an Olympic medalist back in the 80s, and what transpired from there. And if one person finished a line, it was amazing to me, like a full sentence. I mean, I'm sorry.
No. And so there was really no venue for the actors to act. It was slow. Like someone said on the way out of the movie, which was great.
That was really good.
And I don't know who the person was, so I can't give them credit, but they said this would have been a great, what did they say?
a great news report instead of a movie.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the truth.
Yes.
So as far as I'm concerned, I don't think you should go to the movie and waste your money. I think if this is a story that you want to see, okay, go ahead and Google it and you'll find out what the story is. Or if you do want to spend $1.50 when the DVD comes out, go for that.
Well, and once again, we love the people who are in it. The actors are wonderful. It's just this story played out. It was not a good. And to think that they're Golden Globe nominated right now is hard. It's very hard to swallow, really.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I just didn't get the whole thing.
No, we didn't get
so.
it. No.
So no, I would say that's a no-go.
No.
So don't do that.
No.
But the good news is the next movie that we're reviewing is Selma. Now Selma is up for Best Movie of the Year.
Yes. And
the actor, and I don't want to ruin his name, so I'm not even going to say it. But David. Mm-hmm. David from Britain. He was very good. He was brilliant as Martin Luther King. It is the true story of the march from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama,
mm-hmm.
and the whole political dynamics between him trying to work with Washington. He actually was the great story. I didn't realize until I saw the movie how much he actually planned and worked with and made his plan come to fruition. It was actually brilliant the way he did it, and I never really knew that part of history. They did, of course, show, how the Democrats in the South did not really, want this civil rights movement to move forward. And so there's all of that dynamic.
Yes, and I think the hate was so real, and that was, to me, what was very powerful, how much hatred there was. And part of the one quote in the movie was when he said, "I am not focused on what I want, but I'm focused on what God wants." And I think that he was able to draw everybody together when they did the actual march because everybody believed in him and his conviction and what he was doing.
And that's true. And I did like how you could tell that he was driven by his faith.
Yes.
And that definitely showed in this movie also. And he was willing to fight, and his faith gave him, at least what I got out of it, is faith is where he grew his strength from. So that was great. I think this song is up for Best Song.
Yes.
It was at the end of the movie. And then there was a little thing at the very, very end of the movie where they kind of added in something that's, happening today. And I don't know if that really had a place in this movie. However, I because the story stood on its own, and that was the story, and then they tried to bring in something that's happening today that is a bad thing happening. I'm not saying that.
Sure.
I just don't know if it had a place in this great movie.
And it was a fascinating movie, and once again, one of the movies I'll take away of the fact that not only was it emotional, but I learned so much from this movie, which I think they can't make enough of these movies where myself, younger generation, people that today can learn all these facts about our history.
Right, and the takeaway, of course, is what Martin Luther King always used to say, which is we should never ever judge people by the color of their skin. We should judge each other by the content of our character, and that is just truth for your life.
Absolutely.
And we hope everybody takes that away.
We sure do. Yes, well, Thank you very much once again. Give us your opinion on our Facebook page, and goodbye for now from the Cinema Sisters.